that the disgraced ex-president was supposed to go on trial in a federal courthouse for his efforts to end democracy as we know it, that little January 6th insurrection. The highest court in the land today kept him on the ballot in a ruling that dodges the facts of January 6th and Trump's role in it. But instead, the Supreme Court handed Trump a second gift in as many weeks on a constitutional technicality. In an unsigned opinion, the justices say that states do not have the power to bar candidates from running for federal office. They say this, quote, because the Constitution makes Congress rather than the states responsible for enforcing Section 3 against federal office holders and candidates, we reverse. They're referring to the decision by the Colorado State Supreme Court. Now, that court found that Trump did engage in insurrection by trying to overturn the will of the voters by any means possible, including violence, and that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does in fact apply to the presidency. Now, the Supreme Court's decision today does not touch on either the question of whether Trump is or is not an insurrectionist or whether the text of Section 3 applies to him. Instead, it says that only Congress has the power to do anything or to enforce the 14th Amendment. And as Colorado Secretary of State Jena Griswold points out in her reaction to today's ruling, quote, if we had a functioning Congress, we would not be in the situation we're in today with American democracy. In a separate opinion, the three liberal justices blasted the majority on the Supreme Court for closing the door on the possibility of federal courts disqualifying Trump or any other candidate who would engage in insurrection. Writing this, quote, Section 3 serves an important though rarely needed role in our democracy. The American people have the power to vote for and elect candidates for national office, and that is a great and a glorious thing. The men who drafted and ratified the 14th Amendment, however, had witnessed an insurrection and rebellion to defend slavery. They wanted to ensure that those who had participated in the insurrection and possible future insurrections could not return to prominent roles. Today, the majority goes beyond the necessities of this case to limit how Section 3 can bar an oath-breaking insurrectionist from becoming the president. Although we agree that Colorado cannot enforce Section 3, we protest the majority's effort to use this case to define the limits of federal enforcement of that provision.